The best teams in the world are finally playing again in Challengers, so that means we've got GAMBIT up finally. And first off, we're gonna look at their game on Breeze against Team Liquid, but I'm gonna start with the defensive half. So this is the second half, and I'm gonna do a second video on both Icebox and Breeze attack sides, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the setup on pistol rounds because it's gonna be pretty much the default setup that they run. Redgar starting that round in halls, Nat's playing very close to the switch because he opens the door actually, and then Chronicle, who's playing chamber, placing his utility on A and playing somewhere on A. They switch it up, of course, but that's the default. Of course, Defo here with Shados as well, and they're constantly going to be trying to push. Team Liquid's going for a B hit, and watch, instantly Shados is dogging from this spot right here. He's trying to see and spot if anybody's crossing, because that informs how far Defo can go, can he go, and more. And he spots one on the corner and instantly he's backing off, right? Because they're fighting through this and Scream's getting very, very close with that dog. They've also smoked at this point into Nest right in front of us. And then they've also walled across mid. This wall from Liquid, I just want to explain. They basically do this the entire half, but in this specific instance, it's used so that if they did push door, they're not going to be getting shot in the back instantly. So the nice thing, Defo eventually breaks the dog. Shados knows his win condition here. He has one flash because he invested obviously in the Trailblazer, and his entire thing, because you've actually saw Chronicle instantly, I think his TP was here, he instantly, as this was called, as they saw the wall, as they saw the Nest smoke, as they saw like 3 people inside of main as well, that's the call for a rotation to come through. So Shados's win condition is not really even to get a kill. His entire win condition is to flash and delay. That's it. Meanwhile, Defo, it's not playing with, which is weird, right? You would expect them to kind of play together, but he agrees with the win conditions for him to stay alive and start to fight and really pressure the backside of site, because then while everything else is going on, you still have that threat of Defo in the back line too. So Shados gets his flash off, then he gets suppressed, and I think he ends up getting one also. Redgar is droning through at the same time, by the way, stopping them, delaying them. That actually forces Yampy to TP all the way back here, leaving Nevera completely on his own. I think that's a mistake by Team Liquid, but either way, forces himself into this really, really awkward position. This is where Shados gets one. Redgar takes out Nevera. Chronicle gets one as well. And Nats is also coming in through. He goes really, really slowly through the orb because they don't know what is actually happening in this area right here, but as they get confirmation, he pushes through. Okay, so on the anti-eco, let's look right away again as Shados dogs through. This is Defo pushing deep, and he gets so much information. So the important thing to realize right away is that Nats actually opens up the door and throws his smoke like this a little deeper, and that cuts off anybody pushing past. And then there's an alarm bot that he could peek off if they do go through, and at that point they might be slowed and decayed, so it should be an easy kill for Nat. Yeah, we actually just saw Shados use the second flash. You see he has none right now, and that's actually to pop like right here and get information about, basically tells Defo, hey, you have probably a good 10 seconds right now that you don't have to fall off of this angle, but I am rotating. So he gives that information. Defo holds the angle, and then he'll start to rotate as well. But the really, really cool thing is right here. This is so sick from Chronicle. The way he's pushing through not only their wall, but also Nats' wall, because guess what? Nats just fired off a molly. Look how this lands right there. It honestly is slightly missed. I would have preferred if it was like slightly like that, but the fact that they do this and go for this play with Chronicle and his TP is so cool to me. They're using the Headhunter, which I believe does what, 59 damage to the body or something like that. If they get vulnerable, that's one shot, one kill. Doesn't have to hit the head. Literally so cool, in my opinion, from Chronicle and Nats. This is a little combo that you could do with Chamber. And honestly, anybody in a situation like this, just using that vulnerable, so smart. Not even really trying to get damage on them. Although obviously the delay would be nice, but the timing is perfect for these guys to go for this. Okay, and then as he TPs away, he TPs back towards back yellow, very safe. Redgar is already droning. And the cool part about it is that because they have the wall up, if he gets a tag through, Chronicle's already poised to get another cheese kill through the wall. Like, that's the type of things that you could tell are in the plans for Gambit over and over and over. Just so good. Oh yeah, Nat's mollied over in this corner, delay from peeking while that drone is coming out, by the way. Everything that they've done in mid, Defo actually gets up on top, and he's gonna trade this kill from Narnia, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, he just got the kill on the Soulcast right now, completely traded. and Redgar shock darting. So at this point, yeah, sure, the shock dart wasn't really comboed with anything. Nats has picked up his orb, so don't look at that. Shadow says this is a regenerative, and then Defo's on the complete other side of the map. Everybody else, both mollies are out. The drone is out. The shock dart's out. There's no recon either. Every single piece of utility that could have been used here was used on the anti-eco. Just something to note. Okay, so bonus round at this point. Once again, they're set up to dog, and Defo's going to push elbow. I mean, we're going to see this every single round, I swear. But I did want to point out just the way that, yeah, Defo gets flashed. He continues to push off. He's timing this dart. Doesn't get spotted by the dart. Obviously, they know that he's coming with the flash, though. But look at the follow-up. Shados is going to flash through for him to take the angle even deeper. It's so nice. There's the flash, pop, and actually right now, Defo swung on the angle. But I like how Defo gets aggressive and tries to take this angle. I think that's smart, but Yampy peeks from this position. Either way, while this is happening, takes a shot, realizes, oh, there's somebody coming from the other side. Redgar drones back through mid. Remember last time El Shadows flashed? This is serving the same type of purpose, but Redgar's over here because just in case they're taking mid control, because so far Chronicle, who's up on top of the pyramid, is spotting cave and there's nothing, right? So that's the type of thing. I think he can even see over the wall, by the way, which is a little more cheese from Gambit. Okay, so they lost that bonus, but it still was pretty good. They got 3 guns down. The thing that they note, and the reason why they have an adjustment here, is that Soulcast has ult and they're prepared for it. Look, they've swapped Shadow over towards A and Chronicles over here, but he's donated his utility over to this side. So they've recognized that the one character that can actually have an impact by being on the other side of the map is completely isolated from the possibility of being suppressed. In this case, this gives them a huge advantage when they actually come through with the A take. And then the other thing too here I want to note is that Redgar used the shock already at the back of halls, like I mentioned, and then he darts as well. That gives so much time for Nats to do what he's doing right here. Drop this orb deep in halls and open the door. Will come into big effect if you're not lurking halls at the same time as you're taking A, and Liquid ends up paying for it in this round. So here comes the drone, droning up close so that they could push out and take Cubby behind Nats's wall. The no command comes out and suppresses the wall, so it's going to go down eventually, and there's not going to be any mollies that come out either. So Shadows plays in this position, and this alarm bot is just so nice. Not only is it hidden by the wall, but also it's down on the slant. So you have to actually step way forward into a crossfire with Shadows, essentially using a piece of utility as a crossfire body for Shadows to play with. That's so nice and really hard to deal with if you're Team Liquid. So first kill there, and yeah, Redgar has this angle that's really nice. And then again, Defo gets a kill through mid. He's always getting up top of here. And yeah, that's the player all the way over here, by the way. Like, that angle is so strong in mid through double doors. Really annoying to deal with. If you're not paying attention to it. Okay, so anti-force here from Gambit, and they go back to their default, but one variation that they do is actually you have Redgar here at the beginning of the round, and Shadows is going to flash instead of dog, and Redgar is going to throw a delayed dart that lands deep right here. And this catches teams when they're not defaulting, and it gives an opportunity for Defo to do something kind of nice. Goes deep in here, dodges the flash, and then he just waits here on an off angle. This is such a random spot if you're not paying attention to elbow, because you're pre-aiming always. You're pre-aiming tunnels in this position. When you're trying to walk into the mid, you're not really pre-aiming this. Why would somebody come back from elbow, right? Makes it a little risky for Nats, but he's fine here anyways. He gets the orb down, and you can see that they're not actually pushing up on top because of the way that they've been conditioning Gambit has, Team Liquid, to stay down at the bottom of the rope. Those shock darts very annoying from Redguard. So what else? By the way, the reason why it's so powerful is that could be comboed at any point with a molly from Nat. Here's the dart, by the way. So yeah, Defo knows that for approximately probably what, 15 seconds, the way this lands in the connector. I'm not sure how much time, but I'm sure they've timed it out. They know when Defo has to leave. Literally, I'm sure Gambit has paid attention to when he needs to leave on the clock if this dart doesn't get broken. I do want to point out here what he's doing. When Soulcast peeks this, look at where his crosshair is. His crosshair is still placed over here, and that's once again to get a weirder angle on somebody who's trying to walk up and clear double doors or trying to get in towards the vents. Soulcast comes up here, and Defo does something that I think not enough Jets are doing, which is when somebody peeks the angle that you're not holding. I mean, he could just be holding this angle, like you could go a little farther in. Either way, he's holding a different one to try to get a surprise on somebody. Soulcast comes here, and instead of trying to flick and shoot him, trying to take the duel, he just dashes. No experimentation, no trying to test your reflexes, none of that at all. He already has it pre-programmed in this protocol to dash away if somebody comes in from the other angle. And I think not enough Jets are doing this. I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds obvious. Use your dash, but I I mean, how many fucking Jets in NA are just like, oh, I'm holding this angle. Oh, somebody came for the other angle. And he just like tries to shoot him and then dies. Like, that's the type of thing that really pisses me off, honestly. So he crosses back. And once again, that dart means that they don't need to worry about the like fallback catch that Yampy did earlier. Dog's really late, spots nothing, and Team Liquid avoids it. And eventually they do come towards B. So let's see how the hold goes. Once again, by the way, Redguard does not need to use his drone on through halls, which a lot of teams have to do because Nats is opening the door and Nats is holding it, and they've got an alarm bot. Like, so much hinges on the fact that they're opening the door at the beginning of the round, and they don't have to do that every single time, obviously, but still, you can see how much that saves Gambit with the way that they are able to drone down mid, for example. Okay, so here's the wall, here's the hit, and unfortunately, Shadows gets isolated again, but I do want to note real quick how off the first flash, look how Shadows tries to jump up, and he's trying to actually dodge the ping from the flash so that if he jumped up here, it came around the corner, pop, and then he tucked back, they would think that he's not there. So that little movement right here from Shadows is trying to dodge that fact. Either way, he goes back into the corner, flashes himself. No, he doesn't flash himself, actually. It's just a second flash from them over here. And the thing that is weird with this wall from Liquid, obviously you can't really plant. I'm assuming they have a secondary layer of utility to pass back. But Defo is isolated. He can't come through this. He can't help because there could be people already through and he's not in position to help. But instead of just sitting there doing nothing and baiting, you actually can hear him right now. He's spraying at the same time as Shadows is fighting. So he's getting damage done on them at the same time, or potentially even getting kills. And then he goes back to the back of site and waits. And they have nothing anymore to clear him. Nothing. Okay, a completely new look on round 18 where they have Defo actually in halls at the beginning and Redgar's still here. He looks like he's doing a lineup. Shadows is all by himself on A, and Nats and Chronicle are actually on B. So the alarm bots are set up B for an execute. And then it looks like they want to walk down mid, and they do. So Dart comes out from Link, and actually Chronicle dodges it and he's gonna walk around and play against this wall. This is actually a counter strat, in my opinion, to the wall that Liquid is doing pretty much every round, and he gets all the way back here into this cubby. Redgar's also darted all the way back here. He's also shocked again, just to point that out. I completely missed the dart somehow with my circle. Shadows flash once deep into cave to get info. Yeah, he's guaranteed getting info there, but specifically also the potential that there could be a hall push, but also stopping them from pushing halls. So with this dart, he gets deep and all the way up to the top of vent. We're gonna have Shadows dog through mid doors. Yeah, so here's the dog coming, and Chronicle's still hiding behind the cubby. The wall's still up at this point. And right as the dog goes through, Chronicle is peeking through the wall. That's so sick. I mean, that's just so cool. All right, just to get a little timing. Not only is the angle dumb as hell already anyways, but yeah, if the wall goes down at this point, he can just play behind it. He's in such a good chamber TP off angle, like it's ridiculous. So now we see the potential as well, though, because obviously Defo's up here, gets one kill, and he escapes down the vents. Oh my god. And the cool part, Chronicle is down mid, by the way. So he's here for the fallback attempt through vents. It's all planned out. Fucking Aang and Redgar are the biggest brains in Valorant, easily. Boom. He's dead, but he goes too far, actually, so he's away from his anchor at that point. But still, like, Defo's alive now. And actually, it's crazy that Team Liquid even traded this, right? It's crazy that Soulcast is even coming back to be able to fight and trade that position in the first place. And at this point as well, Shadows pops his Seekers, not necessarily for info, but just to pressure for the situation that's happening in mid, right? So Defo can get out, so Chronicle can get out, so that they could peek together off of something. Meanwhile, by the way, Nats is holding elbow this entire time, so if Chronicle did want to fall back, he could. That option was there the entire time. And the coolest part is they're still throwing utility here for Defo. He's not taking the risk. He's Redgar's droning through, Shadows flashes through, and Nats also walks down and peeks mid at the same time as that flash. Everything is perfect. Everything. Oh, actually, it's not over. I forgot about this entire situation where they Seeker and they spot that there's two towards A, and the other guy is over towards B, and he's in elbow, and he actually confuses the shit out of the Seeker. The Seeker doesn't know what the hell to do because he just walks down elbow, and because they've had so much control over it, this is free for Nats. And he escapes. He escapes, and there's 25 seconds left, and look what he does. His win condition known as well. Soulcast there, he puts his wall up. How, by the way, does he have the perfect setup for this situation? I don't know. This is just pure luck. But wait, no, there's an orb here. What the hell is this? This is for defending if they actually did push, but like he just goes back into his original default setup that he was going to play if they pushed B in the first place. Like, and he get knifed over there, so they think he's over there, and there's only 14 seconds, so they don't have the time or mental capacity to deal with the situation that's unfolding with in front of him, where Nats could actually just reposition. Plus the seeker told him he was elbow. Like, there's so much misinformation here from Nats that yeah, I mean, it's just impossible for Team Liquid. It's just impossible. Okay, dogging down short again. What a surprise. I've never seen this before. Oh, they broke the dog. They actually delayed. Oh, Defo's taking space with this. Okay. Oh, what else is happening? Yeah, they're darting down back cave. Nice. Very cool. Oh, Redgar's already walking around to drone. Yeah, cool. We've seen this before. But we've seen it before, and still, it's catching Team Liquid off guard. And no, this is not bad by them by any means, but, like, come on, man. This is crazy. How much value you can get from one dog. He's throwing his flash shot, by the way, for him to peek. But he heard the dog. He kills Scream. And then the best part about it, again, a Jet thing that I feel like other Jets are just not doing, is not overcommitting. And he's already shooting in his second swing. Yes, he's swinging. And normally I'd be like, why the hell are you re-peeking here? But in this case, it's Defo and it's Jet, and he's pre-firing his swing and dashing. And he gets the kill because like he already knows that he's going to pre-fire and he's going to dash. That's it. He already knows that. Other players, they'd be like, okay, I'm swinging. Let's see if there's another player I can get a shot off of. And he's not pre-firing. So that's already more time for them to get killed. And then he's dashing. That's the type of, that's why I'm pointing that out, right? He's pre-firing and dashing instead of actually fully re-peeking. Yeah, so anyways, only one more thing to show in this round, and it's how Chronicle repositions his TPs to play this stupid ass angle. Like, what is Chamber in this game makes this so difficult. Like, every angle is icebox now, I guess, where you just have no clue where they're about to peek from. Because how do you have crosshair placement for this? Like, how? And he can play this with a TP. But he's in the ditch. In front of the pyramid. You're not going to aim in front of a pyramid. Like, what is this? This is stupid. It's stupid. Surely, guys, the elbow pushes are done, right? Surely. Yes, they're done. Nope. By the way, just a switch up. Just a mix up. Every single time they've been like, oh man, they're dogging this. Shados is dogging from here, man. I wish we had a knife for this or something like that. Just throw instantly. And they're like, ah, fuck it. Let's just get up past and then we just fight him, right? Oh no. Instead, Defo peeks from this side. Look, he's not concerned about this at all. And yes, they have an extra, like, other people here, so it's not just Scream, obviously. He needs to go dog and do his job. How free would this kill have been if he didn't whiff all of his shots? I mean, it's brutally potato at this point, but oh God. He could have gotten 2 more kills there. That could have been literally the same situation that's just happened the previous round, where he gets the first kill and then he just pre-fires the re-peek and dashes away. Like, literally could have been the exact same situation. Either way, the one thing I also forgot to mention was the fact that Nat says Viper ulted on A, committed his wall here, which I really don't understand, but either way, Chronicle's also playing here and he has a fast rotate possibility to play through this. But instead, because Team Liquid go for basically their pistol round, I'd say, he plays in this orb in a really, really nice way. And for the first time, they have actually a setup fighting the front of B because they have so much presence close to here. So Chronicle is actually pushing through the smoke at the same time as they're trying to split B. And so he's flanking them, and he can TP at any moment, by the way, pushing through the smoke. He gets Navera, and then eventually B gets Redgar, and he trades him. At this point, Defo dies on site. I'm not really sure what happened because we don't have the POVs, but either way, I mean, this round, it's just, they're fighting so hard on this cross. My theory on the wall, by the way, is I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. Somebody could theorize. I think he threw I personally think that he threw this late in freeze time or something like that and was rushing it down so that he could get here in time to ult. Okay, last round. Soulcast has his ult again. Oh, cool. What did we learn already? What did we learn in this VOD review? Comment if you learned that you actually put Chamber on the other side as a utility. Same thing with Cypher and Killjoy, by the way, if you're playing against a no command. So this is cool. From Redgar, the dart on the wall, and insta ult. And 2 things Shados is doing right here. He's getting so close to the wall, as close as he can. Not only is the dart going to tag Navera, I believe, but also he could possibly get, if the Hunter's Fury tags anybody in the open, which is what he's trying to do right here, force Shadows to get the kill, combo that. Yeah, so this guy's dead because he got darted. Very hard to deal with this at all, especially when there's a Hunter's Fury coming in at the same time. Like, it's just such a confusing situation when you're trying to execute at the same time. Beautiful play. And this is actually why Shadows dies as well. It's because same type of confusion. We're playing Valorant after all, and there's laser beams going across the entire screen. So yeah, what are we surprised of? He gets wall hacked and ulted himself, and Soulcast gets a kill actually through the wall too. Actually, I think they dropped at the same time because Nats goes down as well. He's peeking and getting caught in the open. I mean, I don't necessarily know what's happening there, but still, let's watch. 3 versus 3. How do they play this? Once again, the hall's door being open is so good for Redguard to be able to peek here, and he gets a kill, and now he's shocking side as well. If Nats is alive after the no command's done, by the way, potential shock molly. This did go off once again because it's such an annoying spot to put it in. So yeah, not surprising. And then my favorite part of it all, the cherry on top of everything, the drone again, where they use every single piece of utility. The drone comes out, Soulcast kills it, he spots another one, and they hold. They hold. Oh, the plant tap? Oh, wait, let's wait. He might have faked it. Okay, he didn't fake it. Cool. What do we do now? Chronicle has his tour de force. Tour de force. Like Vansili and everybody who speaks French apparently says on broadcast. Mitch, man, I heard you too. Yeah, he's got it aimed on the position that Soulcast is playing in. And the best part is right here. Defo smokes out randomly. Maybe it's not that random, but smokes out the angle. And then they get a dynamic high-low situation where Defo is helicopter, Redguard is swinging at the same time. But how do you stop this? Redguard's gonna kill you if you kill Defo. I mean, like, what is this? And then the best part too is Defo's dashing to get into the crossfire so they get the second high-low. Like, what? No, I mean, that's a little bit of an overreaction, but still, man, like, what a beautiful, beautiful game from Gambit. If you like that video, please like, subscribe, and do all the things on my social media, and we'll be back with more content just like this. Peace.